So if this is the first time you have joined, my name is Donna Gray and I'm a Stamping Up demonstrator from the from the Scenic Rim in Queensland. I nearly said my old hometown. So I'm here to do a little bit of a live crafting session with you this morning, showing you how to do, how to make the best out of your patterned paper. And this is also a card class. So as you can see in the heading, it says using your scrap paper, and you can get a free card class kit from me today with a qualifying order up until the 10th of November. So this is how I would typically run a card class. And what you will get if you do a qualifying order, so for an order over $90 through my online store, you will receive the card kit and a PDF tutorial with cutting instructions for all of the cards that I actually make in my video today. Okay, so we're going to have some fun playing with some of this designer series paper. So at the moment, it's pretty exciting. We have a brand new suite that you've seen everyone using, the Fitting FLORETS collection, which is absolutely a gorgeous set. I'm actually going to use the designer series paper today in my crafting. So you can get to see how gorgeous this kit is. So I've got quite a few things happening in my business at the moment. So I've got some classes that are up for November. Now, any of my classes can be found. I've put a new page on my website. So I've had a lot of people inquiring how to find out details of my classes. So the majority of my classes I actually do in person, but I also do as an online version. So don't panic if you live somewhere away from where I live. You can actually get your hands on the kit and the instructions for any of my classes, because I do them as an online version as well. So if you go over to my website, which is stampingwithdonnag.com, there is a heading tab that says up and coming classes and events. So you can go under the classes and events section and you can see any of the classes that I have, and I've popped all of November's classes up there ready to go. So you can get access and you can confirm your booking directly from the website. So it's really, really easy. And it takes you even straight through to be able to confirm your booking and get everything sorted for the class. So I do an in-person class. I was doing one a month. I'm now stepping it up to two a month because it's been so popular here in the Scenic Rim for the classes. So they're filling up really, really fast. So I'm actually offering two classes. Thank you, Joanne. Joanne saying congratulations. And so thank you, Priscilla. Thank you. So Stampin' Up actually just recently, yesterday, they released the rankings for our achievements throughout the last Stamping Up year. And I am so humbled and blessed that I have received some really, really great rankings for this last 12 months. And considering I had a fairly upheavaled 12 months, like I sold a house, I moved in with my parents for 5 months, I then purchased a house, I then moved. So I shifted house twice in a matter of 6 months. So my life was pretty in turmoil for most of that 12 months, but I actually received some really, really awesome recognition. So I actually have been ranked number 2 in sales in Australia. I've been ranked as number 2 in leadership in Australia. I was ranked as number 1 in team building, which means that a lot of people wanted to join my Wild Heart Crafters community, and I can understand why, because we're an awesome bunch of women all over Australia. So thank you very much to my team for that happening, and to my customers that ended up turning into team members. So I got number 1 ranking for that. And overall, with all of the categories and all of our rankings, they do an overall ranking, and I was ranked as number 2 in Australia. So that's pretty awesome. And I think someone was saying there's something like about 15,000 demonstrators here in Australia. So that's number 2 out of about 15,000 people. So it's a pretty huge achievement to be able to do that. But you know what? I love sharing what I do. I love crafting and I love sharing it with others. And that is why I do this job. I absolutely just love crafting with other people. So, yeah, so I did have a few little accolades there. So thank you for recognizing that. Hey, Susan, how you going? Oops, the daisy. I started my phone off. We don't want that to happen. Um, Thank you. And it takes a lot of hard work. I mean, yeah, to be ranked and to be in the top 1% of the company, it means that we work hard. We work very hard. And I mean, we bring free content to you all here on our YouTube channels and on our Facebook. But it's because we absolutely love sharing our love of crafting with other people. So I don't feel like I work, but then there are times where I wish I had more hours in the day. It's as simple as that. So, all right, so I'm going to pop the camera down. We've had enough chatting. I'll just show you the bundle that I'm going to be using today is the new fitting florets. Oops, daisy, that's in the way. The new fitting florets bundle. So we're going to be crafting with that today, and I'm going to be using the gorgeous designer series paper. But what I wanted to let you know is I have a couple of things. If you simply fall in love with this bundle today, I have a couple of things that you might be interested in that are happening in my business this month. So one of the things is, you may know my friend Rose Ward. Now we have a Sweetalicious Fun Fold Club. So what this club is, it's a Sweetalicious. We design something with a sweet. So we've decided fitting florets this month, of course, because it's a beautiful brand new early release product and everyone's going crazy over it. So we decided that we would do it as our Sweetalicious Fun Fold Club. So for the Fun Fold Club, what you're actually going to get, it costs $70 here in Australia. You get a pack of the designer series paper, which I'm going to be using today. You get a full pack of that. You get a roll of the polished pink open weave ribbon, and you also get a pack of the gorgeous golden adhesive back swirls. So for $70 plus you get access to the video. So I do a video doing 3 fun fold cards, and Rose does a video doing 3 fun fold cards as well. So those, we're changing up how we're doing it. We were doing it in a Facebook group, but we've now had a lot of people that are saying to us that they're not on Facebook, or that they're shutting down their Facebook profile. And so what we've decided to do for anyone that registers, and it makes it a lot easier probably for Rose and I as well, for anyone that registers throughout the month, we will actually send them an email with the links to the videos and still shots of what our cards are, with cutting instructions as well. So for $70, you're going to get the designer series paper, you're going to get a roll of the ribbon, and you're also going to get some adhesive back swirls. So it's a pretty awesome deal. And you're going to get access to 2 videos showing 3 fun folds each. So 6 fun folds altogether. Okay. So that's what we have happening at the moment with that one. I also have my monthly stamps club is going to be the fitting florets stamp set. So the fitting florets stamp set, so we've got 2 stamp sets at the moment. This one, the framed florets, is what's going to go through. It's out of our brand new January mini catalog. The framed and festive stamp set is not going to go through, and neither is the designer series paper, and neither are the adhesive back swirls. So if you love this stamp set, the designer series paper, and the swirls, then my suggestion is to buy up big, because once they're gone, they're gone. Okay. The frame florets and the dies will actually be going through to our new catalog in January. So, but it is available from now right up until the catalog actually goes together. I'm just reading Susan's comment. She said, "Happy crafting. You are a strong woman." Thank you, Susan. So, as I said, my monthly stamps club is going to be the fitting floret stamp set, or should I say the frame floret stamp set. Now, for Stamps Club, you pay $50. You will get this stamp set here. You'll get that stamp set sent out to you, and you will also get a card kit to make 6 cards. Now, I do 3 designs and you make 2 of each, and you'll get a video tutorial. Plus, you get access to a Facebook group where all of my other videos are there in that Facebook group. If you are not on Facebook, it is not a problem. We have actually started uploading videos and things to YouTube as an unlisted video. So if you're not on Facebook, it is not a problem. You can still join my monthly Stamps Club. The only downfall to that is that you don't get access to all of our previous other Stamps Club videos. So that's the only downfall if you're not on Facebook. But if you're not on Facebook and you still want to be a part of my monthly Stamps Club, it's totally okay. I can email you the video link of the cards that we are doing in that. Okay, the next thing I wanted to just quickly tell you about is I've got 2 card classes happening in November. So I've got the Decorated with Happiness card class. Now, that one is actually going to be on the 18th of November. I think it's Friday the 18th. Let me double check that I've got the right dates, so I'm not telling you the wrong information. Friday the 18th is the Decorated with Happiness card class. You will make 6 cards. It costs $35 to come in person. It costs $45 to get it delivered to your doorstep. And what you will need, you will definitely need the bundle that goes with, so the Decorated with Happiness bundle. You will need that if you're doing the online version. If you're doing the in-person version, you can actually, it is advisable to actually buy the stamp set as well. So the class costs $35, but I'm doing a special offer that if you decide to buy the stamp set, that I will give you your class for half price if you're attending in person. Okay, so for online, it costs $45 online, and you will need to purchase the stamp set and dies to be able to complete the class, because what you will get is the card kit all with cardstock and any designer series paper and ribbon that's needed, and embellishments, but you will actually have to die cut everything yourself, and you will actually have to stamp with the stamp set, so you will need the bundle. The next one is Handmade Wishes. Now for this one, we're actually going to make 3 cards, and we're going to make a cute little box, and we're going to make a bag. Now that one is on the following Friday, which once again, I'm going to tell you the right date, which is the 25th of November. So if you're interested in that, you can actually go over to my website, stampingwithdonnag.com, and you will find under the classes and events tab, you will find all of the details and the registration link to be able to register for that class. Okay. All right. Let's get on to crafting. Okay. So what I wanted to show you is, once again, I'm actually going back to more simple stamping for people. So I wanted to step back, get into some more simple crafting for people, so that you don't look at what we make and think, I can't make that, that's way too hard, because I don't want people feeling like that. So what I wanted to show you is how you can actually use some of your designer series paper in a way that you can showcase the paper and really see both sides of the paper and use up scraps that you may have of your designer series paper. So I'm just going to take a scrap of the Fitting Florets paper. Now, if you haven't seen the Fitting Florets paper, you need to see it. And I mean, I'm sure you have, but it's got gorgeous reverse side pictures, more neutral reverse sides, and gorgeous florals and things on one side and neutral patterns on the other. So you can see it is absolutely stunning paper. I mean, I feel like I want to grab 10 packs of this because it's just so pretty. And the colors are so bright and cheerful, which is really, really nice. So anyway, I thought I would do a really simple, quick card layout using a scrap of this paper. So I've got a card base here of polished pink, because I thought would go really, really nice. I've also pulled out some of my, actually, you know what? I'm going to use a polished pink layer. I'm going to use a basic white card base. So just bear with me. I was trying to cut card bases before I jumped on, and I didn't quite get the time to do it. So I'm just going to cut a couple of card bases here, so that we are good to go. So as I said, this is a class. So in this class today, we're actually going to make 4 cards. And for a $90 order, you will get the card kit to make the 4 cards. So the card kit will come with all of the card bases and the card layers all ready to go, and the designer series paper and the ribbon and embellishments that I use. So you have to place an order. So qualifying orders are a $90 order through my online store, and I will send you out a free kit of the cards that we are making today. All right, so I'm going to use basic white card bases for all of them, and that way then we keep it simple and easy. So I'll cut my 4 card bases ready to go. So this is similar to what I would do in a class if you were coming in person. And I'm going to start doing some simple stamping card classes in person as well, because there's a lot of people out there that might be new to crafting, or a lot of people out there that might be a little bit overwhelmed by a lot of the avid crafting that we see online. So I don't want you feeling like you're overwhelmed by things like that. So I've decided to step it back a little bit and show you how you can do some really, really awesome quick cards using your designer series paper. So I'm going to cut that one. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move that out of the way. So I have this piece of designer series paper here. I've got a polished pink layer and I've got a basic white card base. So what we're actually going to do is this layer here, because you can see here we've got a gorgeous reverse side pattern. Okay, so on that reverse side pattern, it's really, really pretty. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually just going to cut it. I'm just going to randomly cut it at, we'll say 3 inches there. Okay, so, and I'm going to be able to pop this on here. Now I've got to work out which way I want to do it. Do I want to do it that way, or do I want to do it that way? I actually think I like that way. Okay, so you can see here we're going to be able to line up, and you're showcasing both sides of this designer series paper. So this is a really, really quick, easy, simple trick when it comes to designer series paper, but you can use it whichever way you want. So you can have the larger part as the more neutral part, like I've got here, or then you can have the smaller part, which is the more neutral side. So I liked the flowers on that part, so that's why I decided to do it that way. Okay. So I wanted to show you how simple and quick and easy you can actually make some cards. So I'm using liquid glue so that I can move it and wiggle it to wherever I want. And straight away, I've got a gorgeous front layer for that card. Okay, so of course, last week, everyone wanted to know, was I not feeling well because I didn't put ribbon on anything? Well, this week, guess what, people? I'm going to put ribbon on things. Everyone was like asking me, did they need to feel my forehead? Was I not well? But I just was trying to step it back and show people how simple things could be. But honestly, we could have a roll of this polished pink ribbon for this designer series paper and it would match everything. So I'm actually just going to wrap that ribbon around where I've got that join, just like that, and trim it off. Okay, so then I'm going to take my card base and I'm going to fold it in half and I'm going to crease it with my bone folder. So I'm just going to fold that in half like that, crease it with my bone folder. Okay, and we're going to glue that one down straight directly onto the front of the card. Now, with this lovely bundle, it has some gorgeous frame dies that we can use. So I want to show you how pretty we can actually make this card. Really, really simple. I'm just going to pop that on there. Okay. And then I'm actually just going to take out of the dies, have I got them in here? No, they're in the other stamp set. Out of the dies, they have a fantastic, oh, that stamp set there. They have this cute little oval that you can do. This one here. Okay, so I'm going to cut that one out. I'm going to cut it out of basic white, and I'm also going to cut it out of polished pink, because you're going to see what I can do with this when I do that. So I'm just going to take that layer that I've cut, and I'm going to use both pieces of this. So I'm just going to grab my cut and emboss machine. And bring that in. Okay. And we're just going to run that through. Now I also want to cut it out of white. So you'll see here, we're going to get a gorgeous frame, and we're also going to get a really, really cute oval cut out of there. So I'm just going to grab some white, and we're going to cut one of those ovals out in white as well. Please don't forget the bow, Sue. Don't you worry, Sue. I will not forget the bow. I know you all thought I was really, really like not well last week because I wasn't using ribbon and I wasn't using bling. I couldn't help myself. By the end of it, I had to use a little bit of bling. But yeah, we've got to stop and think too that some people don't have all of these things in their craft room as well. Like if you're starting out, you probably don't have a lot of these things. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to use that as my insert inside. So I'm actually going to do thank you with all my heart. I know, for a special person on a special day. So I'm going to do that on the inside. If I can find it. Is that it? No. For a special person on a special day. So I'm going to stamp that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to look at that and I'm going to stamp that in the middle here. So I want to mount it up on my block, and I'm able to even just glue that in if I want to, ready to go. So I'm just going to pop that to the inside of my card. So we're using the offcut piece that we cut the oval out of, so we're not wasting anything. And I'm going to grab my polished pink ink, which is there. And I'm also going to grab my pierce mat so that I can stamp nicely. I'm just going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp that right smack bang in the middle there like that for a special person on a special day. Hang on, I'm going to remove that banner so that it's out of the way. Let me go hide. There we go. So now you can see more of my stamping. I was sorry, that was like totally in the way, wasn't it? All right, so we've got that. Now on the front, we've got a beautiful oval that we can use. So I'm actually just going to stamp that sentiment, thank you with all my heart, on that oval. That one there. Okay, so just in polished pink again, and it will just fit on that oval like that. Now I can use some little flowers just down on the bottom part. So I'm going to grab those flowers and mount those up. And I'm just going to take basic grey because I don't want to change up too much with the colours that I'm using today, so that people can just have a couple of ink pads and be able to complete this class. So just grab a scrap piece of paper just to pop under that. And I'm just going to ink up those flowers. And I'm just going to pop a little flower down there in the bottom. And I might actually do one up the top as well, like that. Okay, So that just makes that front oval look really, really cute. Now I could put one of those ovals around, but I'm going to use them on another card. Okay. Oh, I could put that one around. That one would make it look better, wouldn't it? Okay, let's do that. All right. So I'm going to glue that oval down first, just with my liquid Tombow. Pop a bit of liquid Tombow around, not too much. Now the thing is with liquid Tombow is to use just a small amount. The more that you use, the more you've got the chance of it oozing out everywhere and going all over your project and getting all over your fingers. And then you get yourself in a bit of a mess. And we all know what happens when we've got ourselves in a bit of a mess when it comes to all the glue. It is a great idea for the inside, Sue, isn't it? I'm just going to show Sue's comment. So Sue said that it's a great idea for the inside. So a lot of the times we tend to think that it's an offcut and that we're not going to use it, but don't waste anything. Like, you can save bits and pieces. Even when you've got things like kits where they have die cut pieces and you pull them out of the die cut section, you may be able to keep the frame that's left and be able to use it for another project somewhere else. So they always say, isn't that saying, someone's trash is someone else's treasure? And I agree with that, because we can often use things that people think that they're going to throw out. So I've popped that up on just some dimensionals. So our foam dimensionals are fantastic. They're a little double-sided sticky foam, and you can see there that they've just got a little bit of thickness, not a lot, but it's enough to give a little bit of a 3D look to your card. So, and I always find that popping it up like that, it just creates a little bit of interest to your cards. So hello, Alice from Indiana. How are you? Is this the first time that you have watched me live? So I can see we've got quite a few of you on this morning. So hello. Now, I wanted to show you this because people struggle with tying a bow. So I wanted to show you this as well. So I had to show people in my class the other day how I tie my bows. And sometimes you just go ahead and do things and you just naturally think that it's something, because you do it all the time, that it's something easy. But then a lot of people struggle with bows. Now, some people have a bow tire. I struggle with a bow tire. I don't you think one other time. Okay, well, welcome. All right. So, and Crystal is saying that she likes my card. I know, it's so cute, isn't it? So I'm just going to show you how I tie a bow. Now, I never cut the ribbon off my ribbon roll. I always leave it on the ribbon roll. So what I actually do is I make sure that I've got, you can see here the way our ribbon is wrapped. It actually rolls around the around the roll. So this is the top side of the ribbon. So the top side that's on the outside part of the ribbon is the top side of the ribbon. So that's the right side of the ribbon. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to create a loop, and it's a little bit like, if you can imagine, the breast cancer loop. Can you see that? The breast cancer ribbon. So I don't actually do a loop straight on top of each other. I actually do it off to the side. So I have my little tail coming down here. Now, what I actually do is I take that ribbon and I wrap it around, but I make sure that the ribbon stays the same way. Okay, so we don't want to twist in the ribbon. We want it to stay the same way. And we want to wrap it around, and you're going to make a bit of a loop with that thumb. Okay, now this is a really important step. Can you see here how our ribbon is starting to curl? We don't want that to happen. So what I do is I take my roll and I flip it twice. Now, by flipping it twice, can you now see that that ribbon is all in the same direction? Everything's going in the same direction. There's no twist. So that is a really, really important step, because that stops you from getting a twist in the ribbon, because when you get a twist in the ribbon, it doesn't make your bow really nice. So then what we're going to do is we're going to make a loop with this one, and we're just going to make a small loop, and we're going to push it through where our thumb is there. Okay, can you see that? And by all of this, we are keeping the ribbon going all in the same direction. So we're going to loosely pull it, and we've got it all going in the same direction. There's no twists in the ribbon. Nothing is happening. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten the little tails on my ribbon, on my I'm going to shorten the loops, okay, on my bow. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start pulling and getting that to be tighter, okay, so the little knot tighter. Then this one's a little bit off center, like a little bit bigger than the other one. And then what I'm going to do is once I've got it that I look like I definitely like how the bow is sitting, I'm then actually going to pull the 2 loops, and I'm also going to hold on to these 2 pieces in my fingers here. And we're going to pull like that. Now, holding on to those 2 pieces makes those tails pop down, and it also makes your loops look really, really cute. Okay, so it gives that ribbon, that bow, a really nice look. Now, that's something that I got asked at a class the other day, and I don't know, it's something that I suppose we take for granted, that we can tie bows really easily, and we take it for granted. But all right, so I'm now going to add that bow with a glue dot. So I'm just going to grab one of our glue dots, or you could use liquid glue, however you want to glue this on, or you could use, I know I normally use my Seal Plus, but as I said, I'm trying to keep it simple. So if you've just got liquid glue, then just use liquid glue. And there you go, I've got a bow there. And then of course, I'm just going to use some of those gorgeous adhesive back swirls, and I'm just going to pop one up there and maybe one down there. And there you have a super simple, quick, easy, gorgeous card. So as you can see, not a lot happening there, just showcasing both sides of that ribbon, both sides of the designer series paper, and a quick, easy, simple card. So let's move on to card number 2. So we're going to bring in another basic white card base. We're going to grab another scrap of designer series paper. So let's see what else we can do here. Okay. I feel like I want to do, what do I want to do? This one here. This one here is really cute. Okay. So now with this one, I'm going to, so just imagine that we've been using this designer series paper for quite a bit. So I'm actually just going to cut a couple of little offcut strips. So I'm going to cut one at, say, 1/2 inch. I'm going to cut, actually, no, I'm just going to do that. So 1/2 inch. Okay, so imagine that we've got a big piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper, and I've cut 1/2 inch off. Okay, so that's just an offcut bit that we've got left. I'm actually going to do 3 3/4, 3 3/4. Okay, and I'm going to need to cut one more strip. Okay, so imagine we've got a little bit more of this. Okay, so that and another 1/2 inch strip, and I'm going to cut this one at maybe 5. Okay, do that and that. Okay, so we've got some 1/2 inch strips. We've got 2 at 3 3/4 and 2 at what did I say? I just did that one, 5. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're going to use a, I think I'll use a, what color's on the other side? Okay, I'm going to use a Tahitian Tide layer. So I'm just going to grab that and cut a layer. And then I'm going to use a basic white layer, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of embossing on a basic white layer. Okay, so let's grab some basic white. So I have some here, and I should be able to cut a couple of layers. All right, so we've got that one. Oh, thanks, Paulette. Paulette's saying that she loves my cards. Well, thank you very much. I love creating cards and sharing it with people. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we're going to do that. Okay. These are all things that I should have had done before I jumped on, but anyway, it's all good. Okay, so I've got a basic white card base. Is that my card base? Yes, it is. No, it doesn't feel like it is. Whoa. Okay, so we've got a basic white card base. Oh, I think it is. All right, and we're going to fold that in half. And we're going to burnish that with our bone folder. Okay, now the burnishing with the bone folder gives you a really nice, good, crisp crease. So you really should make sure that you make use of a bone folder. If you haven't got a bone folder, anything that's got like you can use a block, anything that's got a straight edge, you can use an ink pad to drag it down along, but just to make sure that you get that really good crease along there. So what we're actually going to do with these is we're going to create a really cute little frame on this card. So just like this. Okay, and then that one is going to go like that. Okay. So can you see there, we're going to create a really super cute little frame. Straight away, that is looking quite effective and quite nice. So I'm actually going to stamp in behind that. I'm going to stamp and give it a little bit of interest in the corners. So I'm just going to take those off. I'm going to grab my piece mat once again and my scrap of paper. Okay. And I'm just, with the basic grey, once again, I'm going to stamp those flowers just in the corner of this card. So I'm going to stamp one lot up through there. Okay, and another lot just there like that. Okay, so then we're going to take those scrap pieces of designer series paper and we're just going to arrange them like I have them. So as you can see, this is a really fun way of creating some really awesome cards. So I'm just going to add glue. I'm not going to glue it right to the end. I'm just going to add glue. So I'm going to sit that one there like that. Now, as you can see, I haven't got glue under that tip. Now, the reason that I haven't got glue under that tip is because we're actually going to add these pieces. So when we're going to add these pieces, we want to make sure that we can still pop that in underneath. So I want this one to go in underneath. So I'm going to glue that and leave this bit not glued. We can go back in and glue those pieces in a little while. So I'm just going to glue that one right there like that. And as I said, we've still got this not glued. Now that we've got that there, we can pop a little bit of glue just in under there. Okay. Now for this one here, we're going to glue that one in underneath, and then it's going to go up on top of this one. Okay. So can you see that? All right. So I'm actually going to glue this one in first. So this one's going to go on top of that one, over that one, and under this other one. So we're just going to go like that. And it's going to go under that one. Okay, so we've got that there. So this one here is going to go under this one and over the top. All right, so I'm going to be able to use all of that with glue. So I'm just going to pop glue all the way down there. It's going to go under this one. This is really awesome for using up those scrap strips, because we all have scrap strips. I'm positive that you would all have some of these strips that you cut off the side of one of your designer series paper. And we're just going to add a little bit of glue there, and that's going to create that gorgeous frame for us there. Exactly. Sue's saying great ideas. Here we go. Great ideas for scraps that you normally bin. Very clever. No wonder you follow me. So, like, honestly, using things like this is a really, really great, simple way of creating some gorgeous cards. So, of course, I need to use ribbon once again because you all don't want to think that I'm ill by not using ribbon. So I'm actually going to pop that on here, and I'm going to use a little bit of ribbon in behind. So as you can see, I'm using the bits that I've now cut off as well. So we're being very frugal today. So there's nothing better than being a frugal crafter and making sure that you're using, making use of all your bits. All right, so I'm going to wrap a bit of ribbon around there and trim that off. Okay. And then, of course, I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals to pop it up onto the front. Okay. So who's agreeing that they would normally put those bits in the bin? Who's agreeing that they would normally, like with those scraps, that you would put in the bin? I need to tell you, I'm pretty guilty of it. I'm pretty guilty of throwing scraps in the bin like this. But as you can see, there you can make some gorgeous cards by just adding to a little bit of cardstock and just having a little bit of a think outside the box situation, you know, like how you could actually possibly make some sort of pattern from that designer series paper. Okay, so we're going to go like that onto that card base. And of course, we have, I'm going to leave that white one. I'm not going to use the white one. Donna says she uses them inside. Yes, great idea. Yeah. Carol says she tries not to, but it's hard. Exactly. I mean, I used to think, oh, I'll keep them all. But then honestly, like if I had have kept them all, you would have found that I ended up with a lot of stuff hoarded, and I didn't want to have a lot of things hoarded. So I'm going to use the same stamp again. I'm going to change the orientation of this one, and we're going to do it here. Thank you with all my heart. I always need thank you cards, and I should have had my pierce mat under there, but anyway, we didn't do it, and I survived it. It's all good, so it's no problem. Okay, so I'm actually going to pop that one up on dimensionals as well. Susan says she saves everything and use them for a while. Then I clean up and crack it and throw everything in the recycling bin. Exactly. And Susan, that's how I was. I was like that. Like I was like, you know what? I'll save that. You never know. I might use it on something, you know, like, and then all of a sudden I have a big, massive cleanup. The one thing is, if you have a massive cleanup like that, and yes, okay, sometimes we throw it in the recycling bin, but sometimes also too, like preschools will use bits and pieces of paper like that for doing craft with children, or there's sometimes like community homes and things like that would actually like them. So next time that you think that you might be going to throw something in the bin, maybe think about, can I donate that to somebody? Is there someone that would actually think that these bits and pieces? I remember I was at the craft show in Brisbane just recently, and one of the young girls, she was a schoolgirl, and one of the young girls said to me, and see, I just twisted that ribbon because I didn't do my rule of thumb like I told you to do. Okay, so and she said to me, we were cutting corners off to make a tag, a Christmas tag, and she said to me, with the corner bits that we were cutting off, she said, do you throw them in the bin? Or do you save them? And I said, oh, look, I said, for here, I would definitely throw them in the bin. But I actually did say to her, one of the corner pieces was very much like a, I was using the trio punch, like the trio corner punch. And it's a really, really great, it's a really great punch, and it creates these really cute corners that I can imagine if you were a scrapbooker, you could actually use them as decorative corners on your photos and things. So I actually did say to her, you know, like, oh, I have looked at that piece. And she said, yeah. And then she started actually sitting there and just making patterns with them. So it's amazing how some people look at something that we may think is ready for the scrap bin, and they think of it as something that they would definitely like keep and make something out of it. So so you never ever know what people might use with things. All right, so I'm just going to pop, once again, we'll pop a couple of those gorgeous swirls there. And then for the insert, I'm actually not even going to put anything on the insert because it's a white card base. I don't actually physically have to put anything in there because we can stamp directly straight down into that. So we're saving once again on cardstock without popping a layer in there. And I'm just going to, with that flower, stamp a gorgeous flower in the corner. We'll do that in basic grey. So I'm going to do that there. And I'm then going to stamp for a special person on a special day. Actually, no, I'm going to get another stamp out of here because there's another really, really cute, awesome stamp in here. So lucky to call you my friend. I think that's really, really cute. So I'm going to stamp that on the inside. So as I said, this is a card class. If you've only just joined, this is a card class. So for anyone that places an online order, the only way you're going to get the kit for this card class is to place an online order for $90 before the 10th of November. And down in the show more box down below on YouTube or in the description of this video on Facebook, you will find my host code. So you must use that host code with your $100 order, and I will send you a kit with all of the cutting instructions to make the cards that I'm making today. So it is a really fun card class, and it's using the gorgeous fitting florets stamp set and dies. So you can incorporate this with anything else. The die cuts will come with it. So the oval pieces will come with it, all ready to go. The designer series paper will come with it, ready to go. So you can use your own sentiments, or you can actually purchase the fitting florets stamp set to be able to have some of these gorgeous things. So you can see 2 quick, easy cards. All right. Let's start our third card. So I'm going to take a white card base once again. I'm going to crease that with my bone folder and score it. Sorry, burnish it there. Okay. I'm going to take another piece of designer series paper. What else can we do? Ooh, I like this one. This one's really pretty. Okay. That one there, and I want to do a layer of the Tahitian tide behind it, or do I want a layer of pink? We will see. We'll see how it looks. I'm going to do one of each so that I can work out which way I want to go. All right, so we'll do that. And that. Okay. 5.5. So if you want all of the kit to make the 4 of these cards that I'm doing today, as I said, place an online order and the kit will be sent out to you in about a week and a half's time. All right, so I'm going to cut another couple of strips of designer series paper because we want to be using bits and pieces. So I'm actually going to do, I want them probably 3 inches. Yep, I'm going to do them that way. Okay, so 3 inches by, I'm going to say 1.5 inches. Yep. That. So I need 3 of them. Okay, so sometimes we have bits and pieces like this too that are offcuts that we think, oh, am I going to use pieces like this? Because who normally has a bit like this and you're like, where am I going to put that? What am I going to do with it? All right. Well, I'm now going to show you exactly what I'm going to do with it. So with this, I'm actually going to take these 3 pieces. I'm going to flip one over and I'm going to pop the 3 pieces just on here like this. Now, I can do it that way or I can do it the opposite way. I'm going to do it that way because I like the look of that. So I'm just going to line up these 3 pieces. So sometimes when you're doing things like this, it's easier to line up the center piece is the first piece, and then you can evenly space the other 2 around that center piece. Okay, so I'm going to put it over towards the right and glue that down. And I'm then going to take my next piece and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a border in between. So I've got a border both sides and a little bit of a border in between there. Oh, thanks, Luz. Thank you. She's saying congratulations on my achievements. Everyone makes it really easy for me to achieve these things because you all follow me and you all purchase from me and you all join my team. So, you know, and what better job to be doing than to be like crafting for a living. All right, so I can either do polished pink. So you're going to tell me which color do I want to do? Polished pink or do I want to do Tahitian tie? Tell me which color in behind. Type it into the comments and let me know what color you think I should use in between. Susan, that's me too. What Susan said. There you go. I put Susan's comment up there. I use them for a while and then I clean up and crack it and throw everything in the recycling bin. Okay, so we got one for pink. Glenda's voted pink. The other Glenda's Tahitian tied. Carol, pink. Gay, pink. Lana, pink. Okay, pink's winning at this stage. 1, 2, 3, 4 for pink. Okay, any more votes? Could be pink. Oh, Donna's voted pink. Ruth's pink. Okay, looks like pink it is, people. All right, so we're just going to pop a little bit of liquid glue on there. And pop that down on there. Okay, for this one, I'm actually just going to, I'm going to use that oval, but I'm going to cut out some more. What do I want to do? I'm going to cut out some more in basic white, I think. Let me grab some basic white here. Let me see, I have a scrap here, so I can use, oh, I know what I've got. No, I'm going to cut out just a basic white one again with that die. So just bear with me while I find where I put my die here. And we'll bring in the cut and emboss again. Okay, so if you're brand new to crafting and you don't know what a cut and emboss machine is, cut and emboss machine absolutely is, I always say, the ultimate tool when it comes to crafting because it takes your crafting to a whole new level. So with the cut and emboss machine, you can do so much more with your crafting. You can add layers, you can stamp images, you can die cut them out. You can also emboss layers with embossing folders. So there's so much that you can do with a die cutting machine. Now, I had a lady that joined my team only not yesterday, the day before, so 2 days ago. And she was asking me all of these questions, and she said she was asking about the die cutting machine. And I said, well, you can actually pop it in a starter kit right now and get a die cutting machine. And I'm telling you, you will absolutely love what you can do and how much it changes your crafting. So we can do simple crafting, but then a die cutting machine, as I said, it takes it to a whole new level that we can get these gorgeous ovals and things that we can cut using our gorgeous dies. And a lot of our products that we have with Stampin' Up, a lot of the things that we that we have matching dies and things with our stamps. So it makes our crafting so much, I don't know, more interesting. My groceries have just arrived. I was wondering who the man was walking around the back of my house. Okay, so we're just going to pop that on there. So we're going to add a nice, gorgeous white frame like that. Okay. And then I can pop up this one, and my frame's a little bit crooked. Okay, whoops. And that's the beauty of our Tombow. We can have that wiggle room, and we can make sure that we can, hello Rose, how are you? And yes, a huge congratulations to Rose. Rose got quite a few accolades as well when it came to our company. It's so nice to be recognized by a company. It's nice to have our work recognized and how much hard work we put in, because we do. We work very hard. I know a lot of people think that we're just playing around crafting, but wow, do we work hard. Okay, so I'm actually going to turn this one into a Christmas card using the framed and festive stamp set. So now this framed and festive stamp set is a stamp set that is not going to carry through. So if you love this, then by all means, I am telling you, you really, really absolutely love, you'll need to purchase this as soon as you can. It's got some great stamps, some great sentiments. I'm going to stamp the "'Tis the Season to be Jolly," and I'm going to stamp that in our polished pink. Actually, no, I'm going to stamp it in Tahitian Tie. No, I'm going to stamp it in polished pink, because I did say I was going to limit the amount of ink that I was going to use. So let's do it in polished pink. What is the stand holding my glue? This one here. It's actually a nail polish stand. You can buy them from eBay. It's actually it's a stand that holds a bottle of nail polish. Okay, so you can actually buy them fairly cheap on eBay, but it's great for holding your Tombow. I also have, if you want to look here, I also have a brush holder for my blends, and my Tombow will fit into the brush holder for my blending brushes as well. So I have lots of places where I can set Tombow up the right way. Sorry, the wrong way, to make sure that the glue goes down. It was actually a present from one of my team members. Okay, so that, what am I doing? "'Tis the Season." I've got the wrong stamp out here. Where are we? "'Tis the Season," that one there. And this is a brand newbie stamp set. I haven't used these stamps, and I haven't got my stickers on the back, but I will get there sooner or later. So I'm going to stamp "'Tis the Season to be Jolly" on the front, and then I'm going to stamp inside "From Our Home to Yours." Okay, so that's when you can see how awesome this stamp set is, to be able to give you the sentiments for the front of the card and also the inside of the card as well. So I'm just going to ink that up in polished pink and stamp that on that oval on the front. "'Tis the season to be jolly." There we have it. And then on the inside of the card, and once again, we don't have to worry, because we haven't it's a white card base, so we don't actually have to worry about popping an insert in there, because it's a white card base. So we're saving on cardstock once again, "From Our Home to Yours." Right there, "From Our Home to Yours." Okay. And I'm just going to pop that up on the front of the card, and that will be card number 3. So I'm going to pop up that sentiment label using my dimensionals. So remember, this is a card class, so you will be able to get all 4 cards, a kit to make all 4 cards with a qualifying $90 order or more through my online store. And you need to use the host code that I have on in the show more box down below or in the description of this video. And I will send out the card kit for you. You have to order before the 10th, and you have to use that host code to be able to grab a free kit and cutting instructions, measurements, and everything for all of these 4 cards that I'm doing for you this morning in my card class. I will be bringing you another one of these classes next Thursday. So for the month of November, I will be doing these classes. So for every live video that I do, I'm offering that ordering special. So if you order $90 or more, you will get a free card kit sent to your door, and you'll be able to recreate. You can come back to this video and rewatch the video once again. And I can't find my glue dots, so I'm just going to add that bow on with some Seal Plus, because I don't know where I put my glue dots. Anyway, 'tis the season to be jolly. We're going to pop that up on the front. Well, there you go. Amazon has them too. There you go, Lana. So Amazon has them as well. I don't know. I shop on eBay. I know Amazon over in the US is quite popular. I don't tend to shop on Amazon here in Australia. I don't know. They changed it at one stage to do with people's credit cards and stuff. And from then on, I just haven't even bothered shopping with Amazon. But I know that people in the US shop at Amazon quite a bit. Okay, so I'm just going to take those backings off and pop that up on the front. I was freezing cold this morning. I've got a jumper on, and now I'm starting to get really hot and bothered. So I'm going to need to take my jumper off before I do the 4th and final card. So, okay, so there we have that on the front. And then, of course, we're going to add another couple of those gold swirls there on the front, and that's card number 3. Using up scraps, once again, little pieces of designer series paper, but it gives you a really, really great effect by doing that. And you can change up the size of your sentiment layers as well. So but you can see that, yeah, you get quite a cute look. All right, let's move on to our 4th and final card. So I'm going to take a white card base once again. I'm going to fold that one in half. Okay, so I'm going to change up the designer series paper this time, because I want to change it. I'm not going to use the festive one. I'm actually going to change it, and I'm going to use some of this gorgeous, this is the Santa Express designer series paper. So I'm going to choose something in here to do a really cute card using this paper. So let me see what we have. What can I do? Something that's got a really good pattern on one side. Ooh, and a good pattern on the other side. Ooh, the presents. Okay, that's the one we're using. So for presents, okay. I might have to chat. Well, I will have to change up my inks for this one, but anyway. All right, so I'm going to cut some of this. Okay, I'm just going to cut a normal layer first, and then like that. Okay, and that way. There. Okay. All right, so we've got that and we've got that. Now I'm going to actually have to go and grab some, I think I might do real red in behind there. A nice real red layer. What do you think? Real red or shaded spruce? Or we could even do mint macaron. Okay, here we go. We're going to have to try and see what layers we want. So let's vote. Mint macaron. I'm going to grab some mint macaron so you can see what it looks like. Here. Mint macaron, real red, or shaded spruce. What color layer will we pop in underneath? Type it into the comments. Okay, so we've got real red. Susan's saying mint macaron. So we've got Diana saying real red. Glenda's saying red. Oh, we've got shaded spruce. Which one? So we've got real red, and mint macaron. I'll cut a layer out of each just until we can work out which one we're going to do. Mint macaron. Oh, we've got a few for mint macaron. Ooh. Okay, let's go that way. Oh, we've got some shaded spruce. We've got red, mint macaron. Oh my God, yous have all made me think, what am I going to do? Okay, so red, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for mint macaron. Okay, mint macaron's it. Mint's it. Yous have voted. Poor old shaded spruce didn't get much of a look in. Donna said shaded spruce, but that's it. Okay, mint macaron is the color we are doing. All right, and that's actually quite good because I have some soft succulent ribbon that will go really well with it. Okay, all right. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do a really simple, quick, easy thing to do. I'm actually going to fold up a corner. Okay, so we're just going to fold up a corner just like that. Okay, so we've got a layer. We're going to fold up the corner just like that. All right, so we're going to pop that onto our mint macaron layer. And we're just going to glue that just where that fold is and pop that onto the layer. Okay, so just like that. Okay, then with this flat piece, we're actually going to glue that back. Okay, so just like that. Okay, now please don't go mad on me when you see me do this. I'm going to use some of my punches that have retired. Oh, actually, no, I won't. I'll use something that's still current. Let me use this one. So I'm going to use the Label Me Lovely, and bear with me, I've just got to go out because I think the other one's out in my room out here. No, maybe I put it back. Sometimes you can't see a punch for looking. I seriously can't see that punch for looking. It's not there. Okay, maybe we can use this one. All right, let's use these two. All right, so I'm going to add another bit of color here. So I'm going to add maybe a real red layer with the Label Me Lovely punch. And then I'm going to use, this one is the Handmade Wishes punch, I think, isn't it? If I'm right. You're crafting along while watching me, Joanne. Well, that's awesome. All right, I'm going to stamp a white sentiment here. Now, let's hope that we can, I'm going to punch it out first so that then I can stamp it the way I want it to be stamped. So let's see if we can find a sentiment that's going to fit on that out of this one here. I wonder, will that one fit? It might be too big. Too big. We could just do Noel. Or we could do fa la 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 la. Let's do that. Fa la 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 la. We can do a bigger sentiment for the inside. So let's do this one on the outside. And what's this one? This one, may the season be filled with joy. We'll do that for the inside of the card. Okay. Let's pop that over there. All right, so we're going to grab a block. And for this one, I'm just going to do in real red, which is up there. Okay. So I'm just going to ink that up, and yeah, I'm going to have it going diagonally across there. So I'm going to ink that up, and I'm just going to stamp that straight across there like that. All right. Then I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals onto that one. I don't know whether I'm going to see that very much. Let me see if I can do it that way. Yeah, that way it's going to work. Okay, so see how I can get a really great idea. Hey, Ruth, how you going? Lovely to see you. Okay, just going to pop that on. It was so lovely, Ruth, to catch up with you in New Orleans. It was so nice to actually finally meet in person. It's this company, like, to work for Stampin' Up is so awesome because we make friends with people all around the world. And Ruth and I actually got to catch up with each other in New Orleans, which was great. And it's the first time that we've actually met each other in person. And you made me laugh, Ruth. I can remember that you said, "Give me a look at your hands," because that's what I normally see. Let me see your hands. And she was actually feeling my hands. And she's like, "I can't believe I'm actually like here in person with you." It just cracked me up. It made me laugh. All right, so I'm going to pop that one up on dimensionals as well. On the front. Whoa, I just threw my dimensionals in the bin. I don't know why. All right, so we'll pop that up on the front, and then I'm going to grab some real red ribbon, and we will make a cute bow. So you can see this is looking... I want to put it down there. I feel like I want to put it down there. Okay. And then we'll put some dimensionals on the back again of that layer. So simple, really great ideas using up bits and pieces of your designer series paper, and really getting some really effective, easy cards by just using up our scraps of our designer series paper. Okay. I can imagine I'm going to be cutting a fair few of these kits because they're great, easy cards. You can whip up some cards. You can make them as thank you cards. You can make them as birthday cards. You can pop on whatever sentiments you want because all we're doing is stamping sentiments, and if you have a flower stamp as well. But you can see here, it just is creating some really cute, quick cards. Okay, so I have some red ribbon. Actually, I'm going to use the red ribbon out of this. So this red ribbon is our real red and garden green combo. I don't have this in the list of supplies underneath. I do apologize that I don't have it in the list of supplies, but if you're wanting to know what number it is, it's 159577 if you wanted to pop that into your order to make up to your $90 to get the free kit for the card class today. So as I said, I will be doing another few of these card classes. So for every live video that I'm doing in November, you will be able to earn a free kit with a $90 order through my online store, but you must use the host code that is in the description down below so that I can know that you want to get the free kit. Now this one here is available until the 10th of November. So you have until the 10th to place your $90 order to be able to get the kit. All right, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to add a little bit of Seal Plus because I still don't know where my glue dots went. They're here somewhere on my desk in amongst the mess, but anyway. All right, so we've got that for the front. Then, of course, inside, I'm going to stamp this one here that I got out. Okay. Make sure I line it up straight on my block. There. I'll stamp that in real red. Okay, that. And we'll pop that inside. So may this season be filled with peace and joy. All right, and then of course we will definitely embellish with our cute gold adhesive swirls. Now for anybody that places an order for $150 or more, I'm going to send you a free pack of the golden swirls until the 10th of November as well. Now I've just decided to do that while I'm here crafting live. So if you place an order for $90, you will get the free card kit. If you place an order for $150 or more, you will actually get the card kit for all 4 cards today, plus you will get a pack of the adhesive back swirls. So, but you must place your order by the 10th of November for you to be able to be eligible. So I'll just bring in those cards that we made this morning. So as you can see, cards using gorgeous designer series paper, but you can see some quick, easy crafting there. But look how stunning those 4 cards are. Okay, so as you can see, please don't throw out your scraps. Please make sure that you make use of your designer series paper and think outside the box. Think about what type of pattern you can actually make using some of those scraps of designer series paper. So another great idea that I have done before as well is using just either like circle punches or circle dies that you may have, and I've actually punched out all different size circles out of the scraps. So you can physically, when you've got your scraps, you can physically punch out all of the circles, put them all into a pile, and you can arrange them as a really geometrical pattern on the front of a card and pop a sentiment on it. And it's a really, really great easy way of using up some of your scraps. So if you want to be a frugal crafter, this video is definitely for you. So as I said, this is my second card class, so I will be doing a series of card classes every Thursday for the month of November. I will be doing free card classes where for the price of a $90 order or more, you will get the card kit to make the 4 cards that I make in the video tutorial. You will get that for free and it will be sent out to you through the post. I will cut all the card kits ready for you, so you'll get the card bases, you'll get the layers, you'll get the die cuts, the ribbon, the embellishments. You get all of that in the card kit, all for free, sent out to your doorstep for placing a $90 order online using the host code down below. If you're uncomfortable using online ordering and you want to place the order with me online over the phone, please feel free to ring me. I'm happy to place the order over the phone for you as well. If you place an order for $150 or more, then I will actually throw in a pack of those gorgeous gold adhesive swirls. Now the orders must be placed by the 10th of November 2022. So if you're watching this video later on after that date, you have missed the opportunity to get the free kit. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me and spending a bit of time with me today. Don't forget, Fitting Florets is my stamps club for the month. So if you wanted to join my stamps club, it's in the show more box down below on YouTube or in the description of this video. Or you can go over to stampingwithdonnag.com and you will find all of my classes and events that you can participate in over there. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me, and until next time.